I want to bring in defense attorney Misty Marris. Misty, goodness, there were a lot of expectations in this case, including principally further delays, which Judge Cannon has carried out repeatedly throughout the prosecution of this, but dismissal on these grounds, I don't think this was one of them.
No, absolutely not, Jim. And when this decision came down today, many of us expected that there were going to be other evidentiary issues and other issues in the case that were going to move forward. And as you said, yes, there was certainly delays relating to this case because Judge Cannon has really dug into every issue that's been raised by the defense. Now, this particular issue with respect to the special counsel, we were all a bit surprised when there was a hearing relating to this case whereby other experts, if you recall, we covered it together, experts were asked to come in and talk about the veracity of the appointment. It was a really expansive hearing, but this decision warranting dismissal and basically saying that any act Jack Smith has taken up to this point is unconstitutional because his appointment was unconstitutional wasn't necessarily something we expected to see.
So what happens now? I mean, Jack Smith can appeal. Jeff Swartz made the point that the 11th Circuit has overruled Cannon prior, presumably can do so here. Question, I suppose, is time frame.
Correct. So you go through the appellate process, just as you said, Jim. So right now, this is a federal circuit court. It goes up to the 11th Circuit. This is a different issue than what had been previously determined. So, of course, it's going to be a different analysis specifically relating to this. Now, if it's appealed and Jack Smith is successful, well, then Trump's team can appeal. My opinion on this is that now, especially since we're talking about the implications of this order on the D.C. case, another jurisdiction, and it's not binding. These are two different federal courts, but the only way to get clarity on this is for the appellate process to play out and likely have the Supreme Court chime in. And that's more likely than not where this case is going to go. We're going to see it working its way through the appellate system, much like we saw the immunity issue work its way through the appellate system. And again, special counsels, we've heard so much about this, and the point was made, the purpose is to have somebody acting truly independently when the Department of Justice might have a conflict or there is the air of a conflict of interest. So what process is appropriate in order to ensure that the person who's being bestowed the power of the Department of Justice and the power of the special counsel can move forward without that bias, but without providing, according to this decision, powers that go beyond what's constitutionally appropriate. And really the only court who's going to be able to clarify that issue for both of these decisions and anything moving forward relating to a special counsel on the federal level is the Supreme Court.
All right, Misty, please stand by because I do have more questions for you.